Welcome to Brainsqueezereactions to myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to now? Tupac. Why? Because Machiavelli Monday. Yes. My favourite time of the week. Even though last week I did an extra day of Thug Life Thursday. What? Did I do 2 Thug Life Thursdays? No. I can't help it. It's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. Now, before I jump into this and my usual intros, as everyone knows, like, haters go fuck yourself and comment section, blah, 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 I just want to pause for a second. Okay, pause and rewind. And this is for the Brainiacs. If you don't get this channel, if you're new to the channel, you're not interested, skip along. Probably normally about 3-4 minutes of me waffling on and start this. But for those of you that know and love this channel, I gotta say a massive thank you. Like, this channel is flying. I'm not a nerd, but sometimes I have a look at those stats and I know the difference between a smaller number and a bigger number, and it's going up, which is amazing. And it's for me that's incredible, and I mean it's moving at pace. Whatever pace looks like in the YouTube world, I don't give a fuck. It's moving at pace for us, for this channel, so I'm really appreciative. But more importantly, I've started to really analyze the comment section a lot and understand what's going on, and the amount of sharing that goes on in there is massive. And what that's been influencing is the whole point of this channel was to build something where people can connect and people can talk, and you know, we can talk about music. But then Tupac came into the mix, and I started learning a culture that I don't understand. And what I mean by that is I don't see the disconnect, because I just haven't been in that situation. I don't look at people for the color of their skin. I look at people for a personality and education. That's what's always been instilled in me. So to suddenly start hearing this whole culture of realization that there's people that are getting judged for being themselves and things they have no control over, you've got an open book here, an open mindset that suddenly goes, holy fuck, I want to learn more. So when Tupac came onto that as one of the layers, it opened up this whole new channel of frustration, because I'm living a culture as best as I can through this individual, but equally education. And I'm starting to, I feel my confidence is a lot higher. I feel like I'm more aware about people. I'm more real when I'm thinking about how privileged I am, regardless of the shit that I went through. You know, I listen to some of the cultures that everyone goes through and the issues that they face, and I realize that everyone's got a tough journey, man. And I think that's getting me to appreciate people a lot more, a hell of a lot more, and not just seeing them like a thing that I can study and learn from my own sort of, because I study emotions and things like that, but I'm just studying people as if they're like a lab rat. And now there's a massive care point where I want to care and I want to engage with people. And when I read your stories, I know that there's a change in me, because I love reading the massive comments where you're telling me about your life, and even the heartbreaking stuff to a point, because I'm almost like you're sitting in front of me talking. And even now it feels like we're having a chat. Comment section if you get what I'm saying, Brainiacs. Here, this channel feels different, man. There's something about it, and I don't know what it is. It just feels different. I watch other reactors, and I get down. I watch a lot of reactors that I respect, but there's just something about this. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like we're having a chat, and there's 4,000 people in front of me. That's just crazy to me. So a massive thank you, and I'm continuing this up. We've got loads of stuff to look forward to. Can't wait for the live to actually have a real good dialogue about Tupac. But it's not just the Tupac, it's everybody on this channel. I'm just saying that I've learned a lot from Tupac, and the fact it's Machiavelli Monday, that's what it's all about. So it's a massive thank you, and a huge one. And the reason why I'm getting soppy to an extent is because that's where I'm taking this one today. For the 2 reactions, I'm going emotional. So I've read your comments, and I've seen the ones that people clocked, and I left notes as well about, you know, people saying if you want a real emotional track, these are the ones to go to. And there's been a couple that have come up continuously, and that's what I'm going to react to today. The first one is Dear Mama. Now, I found an acoustic death row unreleased leaked alternative OG mix. I think I pretty much got everyone's needs in this one fucking track, so I'm hoping I've got that right. That's the first one that we're going to react to. But I just wanted to say a massive thank you emotionally, and I genuinely mean that. I'm not an emotional person. I've had that sucked out of me through childhood, but I'm starting to realize that by listening to this dude, I get emotional for him, and I find myself fighting a culture I have no right to fight. I've got nothing that I can I can give other than my opinion, but I just found that that's been following me elsewhere, and I just noticed it in my life, in my education, in the way that I even deliver training and the way that I deliver coaching. It's become really different, and that's because of yourself. So that's why I wanted to take this emotional journey. Anyway, I've gone over my 4 minutes, and my apologies for that, but I wanted to take some time to thank everybody on this channel. It's a massive journey. We've got the live coming up, which I can't wait for, but yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. So comment section on your thoughts and feelings for this channel. I want to know how you feel about that, and go genuine in the comment section. Tell me everything that you love about this channel. Tell me why you stay here. Tell me if you feel what I feel with it being a bit different. You know, and I'm hoping that people get that. So I'm looking forward to read those comments. So let's jump into this. If you're new to the channel, we don't do lyrical videos. Lyrical videos are not for me. They're for Stevie Knight, the legend, or idiots that can't fucking listen to music. So legend, idiots. Just to be very clear with that, because Stevie Knight can kill me. And what I like to do is really listen to the track and try and dissect it. Comment section is for bars that I miss, and also education as always. It's for love, it's not for hate. Haters, go fuck yourself. So let's jump into this. Dear Mama Tupac. Let's just see what's going to happen. I'm excited.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years.
Okay, Tupac, we're going straight into that. I am definitely taking a sip. Okay, the beat, I can hear it with that bow and the guitar playing, and then I heard the you are appreciated. Okay, so as always, for the people who don't know, I'm going to let this play out and really get a feel for it, then we rewind and dissect bars. It's just the way the channel goes. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay here, but I would like you to stay.
You all appreciate it. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day, running from the police. That's right, mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man.
Okay, so this one is deep on many levels. To start with, it just proves my point. If there's any comment sections from the interview that I reacted to for the Sunday interview that said about that woman was just being fucking horrific with his questioning, this now has just proven my point, that there's more respect for his mum than that woman was given credit to in those questioning, and she can just honestly go fuck herself. You can say what you want about her. I can read between what the bullshit she was trying to pull out of her mouth, because just listening to 1 minute 3 of this track, you can tell. What I love about here, I'm sure everyone has their own connection, so I love my mum. You know, does she annoy me? Yeah, of course she does. She's your mum. She's meant to. I annoy my kids. As a dad, I think that comes with the package as a parent. Would you change your mother? Absolutely not. If it wasn't for my mum, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. She's the strongest person that I know. You've got to remember that she went through a hell of a lot of abuse. She had to deal with us, the same as what I'm hearing on this Tupac track, being little shits. You know, there was 4 of us, plus we used to be in and out of hostels and living with my aunties, and everything going on, and there was a lot of venom from us as we were growing up, because that's what happens. It's okay, you know, for that to happen, and then you learn, and then you start to appreciate a lot better. So I'm getting where this track's going. This is a whole mature reflection. The difference is with Tupac is the fact that he did it so early. You know, this is a reflection early doors. Just shows you his whole mindset and just how mature he was as an individual. So let's fucking dissect this, because I'm loving every bar on this. I could hear them. I heard a lot. The whooping on the backside, getting caught by the police, the kicked out at 17. There's so many connections I can get with this.
Never thought I'd see 17. When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place.
So I love that. So he said, like, when he was 17, he got kicked out and had to fend for his own. But even then, where he's saying that there ain't a woman alive that can take my mama's place. And I think that's a clear indication of the love that he has for his mama.
At the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that can take my mama's place. suspended from school. I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids.
And it's getting that as well. So he's saying shedding tears with his sister, that, you know, that they were poorer than other kids. Him saying he'd be suspended in school, but being scared to go back. Do you remember that? Comment section. This is all reflection, man. This is emotional connection. If you don't like this shit, fuck off to another channel. No one cares for your fucking opinion. This is about connecting. And it's about, do you know when you used to do something so bad and then you'd have to go back? I mean, my ma is old school, man. So when you go back, you're in fuck street without a paddle, because she's gonna fucking destroy you. But that's what makes us what we are today. And people say that, no, it's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing from the maturity? Yeah, there might be a mouth on me with an F word every second, but that's part of my vocab. That was part of my ma's vocab when I was raising up. I remember my nan being like that. But you remember going home and then taking an absolute fucking beating, and you deserved it, man. You know, we did some shit that you weren't meant to be doing, and if you disrespect the family name and then other people know it's you as well and they can link it to your mom, fuck, you know. I laugh now because it's so funny, but remember, like, you're avoiding going home, like, oh, I don't know, man, I just want to go back.
Tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell.
So we're saying, even though we came from different dads, so I got half brothers and sisters as well, even though you came from different dads, it doesn't make any difference because the mum was the same. And it's just saying about even when things went wrong, we blamed mama, and you know, I did the same as a kid. I got siblings and brothers now that are still in that zone, even though they fucking should be more mature than that, but brother, that just can't see the wood between the trees. And I think the only time you're going to see that is when your ma's not there anymore, you know. And then you think, really, was there any point keeping some of that shit of blame, you know? And I just think sometimes tracks like this, they draw it out of you.
This on the stress I caused, it was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day, running from the police. That's right, mama catch me, put a whoop into my backside.
When he said, who'd have thought that in elementary? So in elementary school, we'd see the penitentiary. That's deep. But then he's saying obviously about his mum catching him and then whooping his backside.
And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it. There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand.
So he's saying about his ma being on welfare, like, how did you manage to raise kids? For those, again, this is what this day's about. It's about emotional reflection on this one, and I don't give a fuck. You're talking about your ma here. If you're skipping, then you got a serious problem, okay? And it might not be your ma, it could be your dad, whoever raised you. Let's refer to it as that, so we don't get people saying about, you know, certain issues that they faced. Whoever raised you as that parental influence, that's what Tupac's talking about here, and I love that. I love the fact that you can reflect on it, and I just think that that's amazing. When he said about welfare, how did you do it? Like my old man wouldn't pay my mum nothing. It would be like £8 a week, you know, per kid. That's what it'd be. So what, she get 15 quid if she's lucky, and that wouldn't be paid every week anyway. And she has to feed us, clothe us, you know, money for petrol, take us to school, wherever the fuck it was, getting a bus, getting the trains, getting to this, get that and the other. And you still had a Christmas, you still had a birthday, you still had the stuff. Okay, they weren't the best, but you still had them. So, and now being a parent, I'm lucky that I don't have to worry about that. But I think because of that education, and that's where Tupac, because of that, it made him the person that he is. I'm not fucking comparing notes. I'm just fucking saying. I'm not saying I'm like Tupac. Fuck no. I'm just saying that there's a comparison to notes when that difficulty's there. At the moment, I think sometimes people are too privileged that they never know what rough feels like. So when it does hit them, it hits them harder than others. Yeah, this one's going to go deep today. I can feel it, peeps. And I'm not going to apologize. Because if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to this one. That's where I'm taking this one. It's talking about my ma. I respect my ma. He respects his ma. And that whole crack fiend as well. It doesn't matter. You got issues in the past. It does not fucking matter. Okay? Things happen. That's it. You grow up. You move on. Look yourself in the fucking mirror and tell yourself that you're fucking perfect. Because you ain't. You fucking ain't.
It's a crack fiend, mama. You always was a black queen, mama. how you did it. There's no way I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand.
True.
You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama,
place, no one above you, sweet lady. Don't you know we love you?
now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy, cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You're just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise two bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand.
Just think of how mature this man's mindset is, and what he's talking about there is so much relating. You need to strap in, because this one's going heavy on the emotions, because I just think that it's so prevalent when you listen to this. Like, now I'm 36 and you reflect with this track in the right mindset, you can really feel what he's saying, and you can feel every word, and he means every fucking word as well. And that's the important part of this, is that this is released as a message to his ma. Just think about how his ma would feel about this as soon as it's regardless of what she did and what she didn't do and all the things. You know, you got to remember, this was a powerful woman. She was part of Black Panthers, regardless of the other shit that she did to cope. I'm starting to understand why people would need that, and also being influenced by a culture that's having drugs forced upon you, as opposed to it being a selective culture. You've got no other get out when you've got no money, this, that, and the other, and she was still fighting the cause. I see it just, or I hear it just from what he's saying, and visualize it in my head. So I'm with you, Buck. I can get it, man. I can give a fuck what your mum did on the bad side of things. I can hear all the good stuff that she does, and that's respect. And I think that comes from the way that you were raised, where you find those ways of looking for the good. There's certain levels that I don't hear, abusing kids and stuff like that. You can get fucked, but there's certain things that I get, and I understand what he's saying there. Doesn't matter about that. The focal point is the strength that his mum gave him, because he can reflect and look back at the person that he is now. Comment section if you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think I do.
No, ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy, cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger.
So that thing about the coward wasn't there. He passed away and he didn't shed a tear. He's not going to shed a tear for somebody he doesn't love. I pray for the day that Ian passes away. I pray for that, man. I genuinely pray for that. People ask me always, and I'm a respectful individual. I'm a lover, not a fighter. But people say, what would you do? And I've been in situations where I've seen it. And I remember went to my brother's wedding. And you know, he invited, whatever reason, so he's there. And he brought my nan that I hadn't seen in ages. And I thought, you absolute pussy, because I was going to just destroy him. And that was the day that I made the plan part 2. And that's where that venom came from, because it frustrated me, and a lot of other songs as well. So I get what he's saying there, that frustration that goes with that, when you know what a coward an individual is, and you know the struggles your ma has had to go through to deal with that. It's interesting.
They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone.
I said I'm wrong, I'm heartless, and all the time I was looking for a father all along. And this is the thing. This is the thing, and I get what he's saying there with this heartless thing. People assume that with me. I'm so direct, I'm so this, that, and the other. But when your parental influences are not there, you know, I was dipping in drugs and then down a slippery slope and suicidal and everything goes in there. It's because there's no influence. And when I look at my kids, I think, am I doing the same thing that I'm not? I'd like to think I'm not. You know, they're smart, intelligent kids, and my youngest one as well is an absolute diamond, spoiled, but a diamond. But it's about when you reflect on that and you just think, if you had that in the way it's meant to be, what would have been the difference? But then fate is a beautiful thing, Puck. Like, you wouldn't be here now influencing me, reflecting on what I've done. It's a mad cycle of events, bro.
Hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out, started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox.
So you're saying the thug's the one that showed him love? Again, in this fucking interview, that woman was saying thug culture in inverted commas. Fuck her, man. Honestly, fuck her. I was so annoyed after that. And he's saying they're the only ones that showed him love. And even though he's got to go slang rocks and he's got to go sell drugs, it feels good putting money. It feels good having money to be able to, in this case, he's saying share with his mom, but also live and survive. That's a learning that he got probably from his mum, and that survival instinct. It's part of your fucking DNA.
Guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. Cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You're just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I heard that line. Just I was saying about the miracles every Christmas, every whatever it is there, Thanksgiving, which is like a pre-Christmas, isn't it? I think so. Someone invite me around for food, man. I fucking love food, man. So I would love to come around and just talk Tupac all day and about life and stuff like that, because I don't get to do that a lot other than here, obviously. Hence why this is my reflection time. But that whole piece around, you know, his mum always making miracles Thanksgiving. This is all just the whole reflection piece of all the way he was raised, but how it's influenced him now. I just love this version of Puck.
You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. You're just working with the scraps you was given. And mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise two bad kids on your own. And there's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. And dear mama,
Please, no one above this
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you?
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce.
Okay, so there's a lot of deep stuff here, man, and I'm glad I started with this one for the 6 o'clock one. It's a good start to the week, because I think we could all sometimes do with some positive reflection, man. Comment section for your worst moments in your life. And then what we do is make them positive. You know, there's learning in every moment. I look back and I think about all the shit that I did. I think about some of the shit that I've been through, and I just think, it's what I call a shower scream. You know, when you're having a shower and suddenly you just have these fucking bad images in your head and you're like, fuck off, you know, and you just got to get shot of them. And I think sometimes it's about reflecting on all the positives, which is what he's doing here. It's the matter of listening to everything. You know, reflecting on everything, and then it's because I'm listening, and then it's about how he's bringing that to life, where he's like, yeah, all that, but it's the positive stuff. You know, and I think we could all do with that every so often, man. Fuck, I love this channel, man. I never speak like this. Just to be clear, if you made it this far, I don't even talk to anybody like this. Not even my own mama. Well, I suppose I do actually. That's a lie. Do you know your ma's always your fucking person you phone like, oh fuck, man, like help me out. Anytime I done ceremony, the first thing I would normally do is when she sees me face to face, like obviously she'd be caring. Even now, I may be towering over my ma, but when she fucking clips me around the head, that still fucking hurts. And you just take it, you're like, yeah, alright, man, no worries. I just think that it's just beautiful moments like that you'll remember when they're not there, and I think that's what he's reflecting. I appreciate she's still there now, but I'm just saying he's reflecting on that positive.
You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet?
And dear mama,
Please, no one above this
you all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you?
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it
I'm sorry, I'm pausing there, man. Fucking hell. I literally just said that through all the drama. For all the drama, the first thing you can do is phone your ma. And then that's it. And he literally just said that. Are we brothers, man? We fucking are brothers, bro. I'm telling you, mates. I'm telling you. But just... I don't know. I just think that's cool. Just to hear that. There's so many other things in here, but we'd be here all day. And I'll save that for a live. And the thing I suppose that frustrates me, and I'm talking more to brainiacs, is that there'll be some outside people coming in and listen to this. And this is the difference with this channel to others, is that we have moments like this. And there'll be some of you that might be sick of my voice. I understand. I'm sick of my own fucking voice, man. You get to leave or pause. I'm fucking stuck with this shit. But to be able to have these open discussions, and again, look who's influencing that discussion. Just saying, there's not many artists that can do that. Eminem fucks with my brain, by the way, and that excites me in a very 50 Shades of Grey, just to be clear on that. That one has a different version of love, but with Tupac, it's that reflective stance.
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce, cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I could pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. And dear mama, you all appreciate it. Pour out some liquor and I reminisce, cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I could pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand.
It's interesting when I'm reflecting, and that's hitting me hard, so it's hard to talk, but yeah, there's moments in it with the focused a bit on there. So obviously it's the same thing with the reflection of his ma, and he's thinking about all the stuff that he's been through. But there's a real powerful moment as I was sitting there listening. It was just choking me a bit when I was just trying to focus a bit. But there was a time when I was probably at my lowest, and I was living on my own as well at this point. A lot of shit going on just off the back of rehab from obviously medication and stuff like that. And there was a time where I was literally on edge, and it was almost like it was third time. Now, you remember that I say I work in threes. Now you see where my threes come from. So on the third time where it was literally my goodbye status, before I'd even done that, and I had it all planned, my old dear phoned me. And I think it was late. There was no reason to be phoned in that moment, but she did. And I think that's pretty heavy when you think about it now. And in reflection, I'm thinking, fuck. You know, in that moment, is it intuition? I don't know. I believe in intuition. I think Mama is intuitive, hence why she's more emotional than I'll ever be. But I think in that moment when your phone goes off, and your Ma's phone, I remember like almost rolling my eyes, like fucking hell, like Ma's phoning me, even though everything that I was about to do and everything that I was thinking to do and everything that was going on in that moment, I still looked at her. I was like, oh, I better answer because it's your Ma, innit? And I just remember talking to her. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell my mum. This is probably the first time I've said it out loud if it's not been in music. And you know, that focused. I can't remember what she was talking about. You know, she was asking stuff about what. It was just really weird. It was a weird conversation, and I can picture it now. I can tell exactly where I was sitting in the room. I can tell you how cold it was because I had the door open, and yeah, it was just very weird. And I just remember answering talks about, and then afterwards, just I don't know what I did afterwards. That's the weird thing. I genuinely can't remember what I did afterwards. I may have gone for a KFC, which is a very odd thing to say. But that may be what I'd done. So as I was just listening to that whole influence of the focus point that he was saying, that's heavy to listen to. And this is the reason why this Tupac journey is, it can't be beat. There's no other reactor that reactors this deep to Tupac. I don't give a flying fuck what people are doing, man. Mine is genuine, mine is real, and there's a connection here, and I'm yeah, there's a reason and a time when you need to be doing shit. And I think that this 2022 was my time for this. And Pac, I don't know why you were the person, man. I don't know.
Please, no one above this lady. Don't you know we love you?
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid, to keep me happy there's no limit to the things you did. And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real. And I appreciate how you raised me, and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama.
lady? Please, no one above you, sweet lady. Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama.
lady? Please, no one above you, sweet
Dear mama.
lady. Don't you know we love you, sweet lady? Please, no one above you, sweet lady. Don't you know we love you, sweet lady? Please, no one above you, sweet lady. Don't you know we love you, sweet lady?
Tupac, man, what are you doing to me, son, man? You're fucking changing me, bro. You're changing me. In a good way, bro. In a good way. Yeah. Well, I warned you. Machiavelli Monday, the emotional one. I didn't expect it to go down that fucking route. Jesus. Fuck me, Christ. That's hideous. My apologies for saying that, but it's just a saying. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so... Hey, look, Tupac takes you on an emotional journey like no other, and I think... This just cements my whole reasoning for yesterday's kickoff with that lady. I didn't like the way he was referring to his mom. Anyway, the stuff I already knew about her, his mom, from what he'd reflected upon, and the fact that he still had respect for her, and then the way that lady was positioned, I just didn't like that at all. It's really pissing me off, to be honest. Now it just enforces that. But equally, what it also does is continually tells me how fucking powerful this dude's message can be on every single level. You have seen every single emotion from Hector. There's some people who have never seen, ever. Very, very rare. I think one person I can think of that has seen that side from this type of emotion, ever. So that just shows you the point of view from me when I'm listening to Tupac and I hear other reactors with this whole fucking 7-minute bullshit. And I'm going to keep saying that because it really fucking infuriates me. People just after likes. You will never hear me say about like this video and subscribe. I did when I first started because I thought that's what everyone had to say. I haven't said that since probably video 6. I would say I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark at around that sort of time. You have never heard me say that. It may come up on there to say like, comment, and stalk me, just because I think that's funny as fuck, and I created that when I first started, and I've just never taken it off because I can't be fucked. I'm not techie minded, man. That took me ages to create that front video and dialogue. But I certainly won't use Tupac as a curveball for success. I'm not. But I will say that #1 reaction channel for Tupac. Why? Because they go this deep to this man's message, and it connects with so many fucking levels in my head, and I'm hoping it's the same with yours. Comment section for how you feel. My brain is emotionally fucked now, so I'm going to have to relax before I do the next one, which is another emotional track. Fuck, why did I pick emotions? Yeah. Comment section with how you feel, man. Comment section with how you feel. And don't forget to text or phone your ma. And if your ma isn't around anymore, don't forget to talk to your ma if you believe in that, because that is the important part.